She's got electric boots. I know how soon. You know I read it in a magazine. Benny and the Jet. Johnny Cox. My God.
Hey everyone, as you're coming on, make sure you're muting. I can see on the side there are a couple of you that aren't muted yet, and it looks like sometimes you're on video when you're muted, so you might have to do that on your end, or I don't know that I can do it on mine. So double check, make sure you're muted so that our recording is nice and clean. And I just want everyone to give me a pat on the back again because I changed the settings so that it records automatically now. So we never have to worry about if it will be recorded. You gotta celebrate everything. You gotta celebrate everything. And I'm celebrating myself for remembering to do that. So there's a couple like video that I see. I don't know why it shows up as video. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means you're listening to it on your phone rather than your laptop. I don't know what that means, but just make sure you're muting yourself because those that show up as video, I can't mute for some reason. So I need my heater down here. All right, we're going to get started in just 1 second. I think I see everyone muted. All right, we are going to get going so we can respect everyone's time tonight. And plus, we have an amazing speaker tonight. I know you guys are so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. And we're going to be taking great notes and asking great questions. I know that already. So it is Sunday night. This is the last Sunday in January, Sparta Nation, if you can believe that already. Whereas we are 27 days into the new year already, which is hard to believe, but welcome to our Sunday night team call where you get tools for your toolbox, resources for your business, where you connect with your tribe and you get a plan for your business and your life for the week ahead. And we have got an amazing team call tonight with gazillion time top 10 coach, 9-time elite, more importantly, my dear friend Melissa McAllister on our team call tonight. So before we dive into that, and she has asked, as I shared earlier, for you to bring your questions so that she can provide the information for us that is most pertinent, most relevant for us. And I think that's amazing. And she's an open book. She will share anything and everything with you, but you got to ask good questions. Before we dive into that, let's talk about some things that are happening this week. Of course, tomorrow, as you know, we have the National Wake Up Call with Emily Favre on that, 11 a.m. Eastern time. That's in our team page. So you can see that every week. That changes on Sundays with kind of the highlighted events for this week. So tomorrow, every Monday, 11 a.m. National Wake Up Call. And then Thursday, we have 2 events this Thursday. So it's the last day of January. There's no better way to kind of close out this first month of 2019 than with 2 events, double the events. In the daytime, you've got a power hour led by Jamie Parsons. And Jamie is going to specifically focus on the power of follow-ups in that power hour. Mm-hmm. Jamie, I don't know where you are. You can type in the chat if you want to. I can't remember if your power hour is at 11 a.m. or if it's at 1. I cannot remember. But it's in the team page, and it went out in the team email, and it's in the events, all of the things. It's in all of the things. So you can find the time very easily in our team page. That is on Thursday. 11 a.m. Eastern time. Thank you. Thank you for putting them there. So 11 a.m. Eastern time in the Sparta Nation page. Rebecca just did one for us on Friday. And if you've been paying attention, you've noticed those starting to pop up in the team page more frequently because I've asked some of the amazing leadership that we have right here on our team to share with us what they're doing in their power hours. Because sometimes it just feels better to do work with other people. And when we're doing it by ourselves and we're home scrolling on our phones and on our laptops, we can get very easily distracted. And especially newer coaches and veteran coaches too. We can all use a little structure. We can all use a little guidance, and we can all use a little mentorship. So these power hours are just that. They're a way for us to stay connected and work together and have some guidance as to what the activities are that are going to move our business forward. So 11 a.m. this Thursday, Jamie Parsons is hosting our next live power hour. And then that night, pay close attention to this, that night, Thursday night, so the last day of January 31st, that night will be our Sunday night team call. Why, you might ask, are we doing it on Thursday? Because Sunday, February 3rd is the Super Bowl. And in my home, that's a national holiday. So if you have a football coach for a husband, that's a national holiday. I learned that about a week into dating, that this is a national holiday. But it's a Super Bowl Sunday is a day for family and friends and all that kind of stuff. And so we're just going to back that up a little bit, and we'll be on Thursday night, 8 p.m. And as you might have seen, we have a special guest speaker that Thursday night in Chip Hoffa. Chip Hoffa is a longtime master trainer. He right now works for the Shaun T team. He's developing the Transform Step Live certification, but he's also very skilled in social media. So he's going to be talking to us a little bit about social media on Thursday night, as well as probably answering any of your Transform 20 and Transform Step Live questions. So that's Thursday night. Make sure that you disseminate that information to your teams as well. You know that I can only drill down so far in my Coach Online office, so only X amount of people get the team email directly from me. I depend on you. This is a water brigade. We've got to pass that information on. You'll also see it in the events page within our team page. So if anyone ever has any questions, it's always in those event pages, and it's on our cover photo in our team page this week as well. So we've got National Wake Up Call, we've got a power hour, and we've got an extra or early team call on Thursday night, and then there will be no team call on Sunday, February 3rd. We'll pick back up on February 10th, and we have a social media expert that will be talking to us on February 10th, specifically about content creation and creating a calendar for your social media. So lots of really great information coming up. Last week on the team call, we had the highest amount of people ever on a regular Sunday night Sparta Nation team call. So thank you for continuing to show up on these Sunday night calls. Here's the deal. Successful people do what unsuccessful people won't. Not what unsuccessful people can't, just what unsuccessful people choose not to do. Successful people show up, especially when it's not always convenient. And if you're on this call, you are showing up. And sometimes that's just the hardest part. But the bottom line is we never know when that one piece of information will be spoken, will be felt, will be heard, that clicks with us. I remember exactly where I was 8 months into my coaching business. I had done nothing with it for 8 months, and I was in a room listening to a speaker, and for whatever reason at that moment, it clicked for me. And I thought, I can do something with this. And I set my very first goal with my Beachbody business at that moment because I was in that room listening to that speaker. That never would have happened if I hadn't been in there. Showing up is the hardest part. And every time we show up, we open ourselves up to the possibility that that one piece of information that we might hear, that we might learn, will be the one that changes everything for us. And if we just keep showing up, we exponentially increase our chances to hear that, to feel that, to connect with it, to be open to the piece that will change for us. So big kudos to you for showing up tonight, for continuing to show up for your business, to show up for your challengers, for your families, for you. This will change your life if you continue to show up. Thanks for showing up tonight. So we have an incredible guest speaker tonight. You all know her as the leader of Team Made, the other 9-time elite team that's in the network. You, Sparta Nation, and Team Made both set a new bar in Team Beachbody. It has never been done before. These two teams set a new bar. But here's the thing. Melissa and I have been friends for ages. It feels like our whole entire lives. We were trying to figure out how long we were friends when we were at the Shaun T event in New York City. We came up with like 15 years. We've been friends for a long time, and she has just exploded her business. She has an incredible team that continues consistently to be in the top 10. So that's what's so cool is here we are both accomplishing some of the same things, but her team is consistently in the top 10. So they are doing something and she is doing something that we can learn from. They are doing something different than what we're doing. They're doing something in a different way, or there's something there, and we can learn from that tonight. And she is on this call tonight as an open book to share all of that. So soak it in, take good notes. And as Melissa and I both learned a long time ago, smart people ask questions. And I should maybe disclaim that a little bit. Smart people ask smart questions. So make sure that you're asking smart questions, the kinds of questions that are really going to help you move your business forward, and more importantly, move your life forward. And if you're not comfortable, always asking whatever, just keep stuff in the chats, and I'll go through the chats and I'll see stuff here and I can ask those questions. But Melissa, I'm going to hit speaker view so that you come up and mute myself. And I'm going to let you come on and kind of introduce yourself, tell us your story, and then we'll dive in. Is that cool?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Well, first off, 85 people on a team call is really impressive. Kudos to you for pulling together. He's just not going to give up. He never calls me either, but my husband's home, so he can call Dad. I know you know this, and I'm going to embarrass her, but how blessed you are to have Julie as a leader. I know you know that, but I have looked up to her since the day I met her. Such a wonderful person, and there's very few people that I would be like, if I had to do it over, who would I gravitate toward to build a business with? And Julie is definitely that person. She leads with such heart, and I know you know that, but being in this business as long as I have, I just want to give you a quick reminder of how blessed that you are, because sometimes we kind of take it for granted, and I just want to make sure that you don't. As Julie was talking to you guys in the beginning of your team call, I was going through my stats, and I'd like to share those with you really fast. But I always start a call off by wanting to remind everybody that when coaching came to me, near almost 11 years ago, I was already fit, and my husband had a good job. And my decision to become a coach was honestly FOMO. All of the master trainers were signing up to be coaches, and I loved every single one of them. And they were the kind of women that I wanted to be surrounded by. And so I 100% decided to become a coach selfishly because of FOMO. So I always want to remind you to never dismiss somebody that's in really good shape, or maybe has a great job, or their spouse has a great job, and you're like, because we instantly think coaching helps people get healthy and coaching helps people generate income. Well, it also is community, and community is everything. And I think some of the best coaches I've brought in are just looking for a really strong community, and you definitely have that here. So highlight that. I have to share with my new coaches all the time that people think we're workouts and shakes. That's Beachbody, workouts and shakes. And we're so far removed from that. We are relationships, we're support, we're accountability, we're education, we're mindset. We're so much more than shakes and a workout. But as new coaches, that's kind of all we know. And so we share with people, we're doing an accountability group where you're going to do a home workout and you're going to drink a shake. You really want to push hard and heavy in your social media, everything outside. If you were not allowed to talk about Beachbody on Demand or Shakeology, how would you describe coaching, right? How would you describe, why are you a coach if there wasn't Beachbody on Demand and there wasn't a shake? I bet you could come up with some great terms and terminology to help people understand the community that is built being a customer or being a coach. So believe it or not, Michael Neiman gives me credit for challenge groups, and I love that credit. I don't think I'm positive it wasn't me, but he thinks that it was like my idea or something. But I have done challenge groups for 10 years. I did them before they were official, I because that's just what, Julie's nodding her head, because that's what we did. We were fitness people, and we got people together. That's just what we do. And so I attest a lot of my success on my challenge groups. And and I'm going to give you a secret too that I normally wouldn't give people, but because I love Julie, I'm going to do it. I've run my challenge groups the same for 10 years. And over the years, they've just gotten better and better. And I'm able to help people more and more and have them have that aha moment through mindset, taking stuff from 2B mindset, my own beliefs in nutrition and just education in general. How bad is sugar for you? People don't really understand how bad it is for you. And so you got to educate them on that. So they feel empowered instead of, like they're being punished because they don't get sugar. Empower them to understand that they really don't want it. And so my challenge groups have always been great. But one of the things that I've learned being a top coach for quite a while is when I'm doing something that's working, I better be working on something else, because what's working right now isn't going to work in 6 months. You will always be ever evolving as a coach. What works fantastic for you today is probably not going to work for you in 6 months. Even most coaches were very hesitant to go to Instagram in the beginning. And now most coaches I know are building off of Instagram. It's just understanding that times change and we have to change with the times. So for me, my big shift, and it could be a total bomb, you never know, but that's just who I am. I love to try, tweak, do again, or throw in the garbage. That's my life story. Is in February, I'm going to be doing a challenge group that's a little bit different. For the first time, I'm going to try to combine fitness and starting your business at the same time. I've always done really good challenge groups where there's 2 to 3 posts a day, on every end of the spectrum about, being healthy. But now I want to add, because for me, a lot of the people that I bring in to do Beachbody On Demand and Drink Shakeology become coaches anyway, simply maybe for the discount or because they think maybe in the future they'd want to work it. It's very rare that I just get a customer, but if I do get a customer, I'm still going to put them in this group, and I'll tell you why in a second. But I just want to put a couple of business posts in my challenge group a week. So it's not overwhelming, because right now they're working on their own health and fitness journey. But at the same time, I realize that new coaches kind of feel paralyzed because they just don't understand what to do. And so I want to tell them what to do. So starting in February, we're going to do just 2 posts a month, or 2 posts a week in that whole month. There's actually 5 weeks. So honestly, about 10 posts of business. And I don't have it in front of me, but I'd be more than happy to share it with Julie for you guys. What I decided to post on, we decided to do it on Monday and Thursday. So there's going to be, when you wake up, what's the first thing on your mind? Eating healthy or exercising. So there's going to be some sort of post that has to do with that side of your Beachbody lifestyle. But in the afternoon, I'm going to do some sort of business post. It could be the importance of Emerald, or it could be announcing that you're a coach, or it could be picking a program and scheduling it into your calendar, or putting, the team call, the national wake up call in your phone, whatever. But just to kind of help them along and give them, you have to do this this week. This needs to be done, because we want them to have physical results from the programs, right? And we want them to have physical changes in their business as well. So that's just one thing that I'm working on. And like I said, it could be a total flop, but I'm hoping that it's successful, because I really think, I scratch my head. I can't understand. People always say this business isn't for everybody. And I'm like, why? Why isn't it for everybody? Everybody has to exercise. Everybody needs to eat right. Everybody's on social media and everybody loves community. How is it not a good fit for you? So for the customers that are in there, I'll be honest, I'm hoping that they see how easy it is to be a coach. And I will tell them that, at the very top of every post, it'll say, fitness or business. And if it says business and they're not a coach, they can go ahead and ignore that post. Go ahead and ignore it. Don't open it. I don't want you to read it. You know what's going to happen? They're going to be like, screw you. I'm going, FOMO. They're going to read it and they're going to be like, oh, I could do that. That's easy. So my hope is the few customers that are in there by the end of that challenge group want to become coaches anyway, because they see how easy it is. And I want to recognize, coaches for their first sale and coaches for getting another coach or coaches for hitting Success Club. And these customers going, wow, I kind of like to be recognized for something like that. I bet I could sign my best friend up. So that's kind of what I'm working on. I totally went off on a tangent on you guys. I'm sorry, but I did start off just wanting to be a part of the community, started doing these challenge groups, have done them for 10 years. I did it for the right reasons, as I know Julie did as well. I did this business for the right reasons. It was selfish at first. I wanted to be a part of the community. I didn't even know it was network marketing. It's probably a good thing. But I started to realize that I could help people, and that just fills your soul. And so I pushed harder to help more people. And then a paycheck started coming in. And it got to the point that about 3 years in, I was like, honey, I think we can retire you, which we did about 3.5 years into the business. And it continues to grow. And I still do it for the exact same reason that I did it when I started. And I love it. I truly love this. And I don't know about Julie, but I'm more passionate about it than I was 10 years ago. And I don't see me slowing down whatsoever. I'm in love with what we do. I'm proud of what we do. And I hope you feel that way too. If you ever feel uncomfortable sharing this,
because everyone else
happens on my team call all the time.
Somebody's not muted.
I totally get it.
I muted her. I got it.
And you may not be 100% immersed in what it is that we do. Or, ask yourself if you know somebody that could use a positive change in their life, but yet you're hesitant to ask them. It's really not them. It's the fact that maybe you're not 100% good with what we do, because maybe you're not committing to a program, or you're not drinking Shakeology every day, or you're not, listening to other coaches, or you're not on the team calls or anything. Make sure that you are truly immersed in this. And I promise you the fear of inviting, the fear of talking about it will completely disappear, because you should want to shout it from the rooftops. What we do is a pretty big deal. So I don't look at my insights very often. This was very eye-opening to me. So you guys are helping me probably more than I'm helping you. But I do have, let me start off. Shalene, Julian and my mentor, told me, I don't know how long ago, maybe 5 years ago, I needed to open an Instagram account. So I did. And then she asked me to make her an ab workout. It took me like 4 hours to make a 15-second ab workout so she could put it on her Instagram. I still have it. If you scroll down 5 years, it's hilarious. And I kind of dug it. And I was like, that's cool. So I started doing those side-by-side videos where I did an exercise that I made up on my own, and then I talked about it. And I guess that was the magic sauce for people to see that I was helpful and personable at the same time. And you raise your hand if you're a dancer. Are any of you guys a dancer or do yoga on a regular basis? Okay, Liz, let me tell you a secret. I don't know if you're a dancer or if you're yoga, but if you do what I did, and I push my team to do this, and they don't think I'm serious, but think about this. If you started doing side-by-side videos on Instagram of because I can't dance. Julie and I were always in the back of the room during dance. Hip Hop Hustle, Julie and I were like all of a sudden not feeling very well and needed to take a break. But to do a simple dance move to you, okay, you have to remember it's simple to you, not to people like us. Julie's right now to my left. So no, wait, there she is. She's right there. It's Julie. And to show the dance move and how to execute it and talk it out. Because like when I watch Shaun T, when he does a step challenge and stuff, and he does the step move, but he's got that dance flair. I'm like, how? Why does yours look so rhythmic and beautiful? And when I do it, I look like I'm having a seizure or something. There's something about it, whether it's the fact that you move your head or you move your hips or you loosen your shoulders. I don't know. But to do side-by-side videos of a simple dance move or a simple yoga move and then an explanation would be huge. Huge. And no one's taken me up on it. Liz, do it. Tag me. You guys, because what happens was I was targeting my market, which were people that worked out at home, right? By doing these home exercises. And I was creating relationships and I was doing something nobody else was doing. And so every single video was people would tag their friends. You know, there was 30 tags in every single one of them. And I did them every single day. And so just organically, it started growing until, you know, it got up to 235,000 followers. And then I guess like 2 or 3 years ago, Instagram did something with ghost followers. I don't know. And I lost 10,000 followers. Who knew? So I've sat at, right now I'm at 226,000. I've sat there for 2 years. And I know why, because the people in the beginning that I brought on, I never talked about Beachbody. Big mistake, but I never talked at all about Beachbody. And so now that I do, and my account is more lifestyle than just exercises, I'm losing those old people, but I'm also gaining the audience that I want. So right now it's an exchange for me. So I haven't been growing. I've just been exchanging people that will never work with me through Beachbody for people who actually would. And I'm okay with that. So insights. My demographic changes all the time, but you know what? Ironically, most of the time it's New York. I don't know why, but New Yorkers like me. I like New York too, so that's okay. And my target is age 25 to 34, which is kind of perfect. I wouldn't mind, obviously, 35 to 44, but I do get the 25 to 34-year-olds, and 25% of my following is men, and I wish they would all go away. I know it's because I show my abs, but I also show my husband a lot. So I'm trying to get rid of the 25% being men, but 25% of my following is men, 75% is women. The most liked post that I ever got was my feet. The first time I came out about my feet. Thank goodness. And you guys, if there's anything I can tell you, if you have a story to tell, please don't wait. I waited over 8 years to share my story of growing up with birth defects and being a victim of Agent Orange. And I kicked myself for it. I literally kicked myself for it. And my business has been so much easier. You'd think it would be harder, but it's been easier because I'm more relatable, and people feel like they know me. I felt like I needed to be perfect before doing that. You know, I had to have makeup on. I had to have my hair done. If I put on 7 pounds, I'm not having a picture taken. I mean, I was that nervous because I was a fitness professional or a coach, you know, and I didn't grow on Instagram when I thought I needed to be perfect. But now that I admit I'm extremely flawed, business has been easier and coming through a lot more because of that. So be you. Tell your story. It weeds out the people that are looking for perfection. Gosh, I wouldn't want to work with someone that wants me to be perfect 24/7. So my 2 highest liked posts have both been about my feet. And then my 3rd highest liked post was about marriage. And who'd have thunk? And that is my avatar. I would love to have a woman that is flawed. And I would love to have a woman that, you know, is in a marriage that she's trying to make work. And so that's good to see. But that's what I'm comfortable talking about, and a side of me outside of health and fitness that helps me share my journey. So again, I hope that makes you go, oh, it's okay to talk outside of my workouts. It's okay to talk outside my healthy meals, because your audience will really, truly like that. My highest comments, I'm going to do this again. You're going to see it and you're going to laugh because you know I'm intentionally doing it because of our phone call. My highest commented post, I got 2,024 comments because I had a picture of 3 black dresses and I asked which dress they liked the best. 2,000 comments. That's good engagement right there, right? And then my second highest commented was, which elite photo do you like better? And that was 980. So point there as well. Do a lot of side-by-sides and ask people their opinion. Why do they love to give you their opinion? So give them permission. And what I've been told is to do one of those posts. And then if you have something like a sneak peek coming up or, you know, something, and you want to talk about the business, do it after that post, because Instagram saw how popular that post was. So they will let that next post be seen much more because of your last post. So don't try to post something that you're hoping will help you drum up sales or find yourself some new coaches after a really bad post that didn't get any engagement, because it'll be crickets. So take the time to put up a good post where you can ask somebody a question or their opinion, or like the other day I did, what was your favorite beach you've ever been to? I really don't care. I did take a couple of notes, but for the most part, well, honestly, most of the time I'm thinking, oh, you haven't traveled much, have you? Poor things. But that's great for engagement, and asking people their opinion or to share something that they like is super easy. You know, you've heard just the simple, are you a cat or a dog lover? Yeah. People are pretty adamant about what they love. The most amount of followers I got from a post totally shocks me, because I did get some pushback from this. But Mick and I did a picture of naked coffee in Santorini last year, and a lot of positive comments. But I did get a few that were like, unfollow. This is TMI. This shouldn't be on the internet. But believe it or not, I got 160 followers just from that one post. So my tribe, if being naked makes you uncomfortable, you're not my tribe. I mean, I don't walk around naked, please. And I don't show pink parts. But you might see more skin than you're used to. And it doesn't bother me, and it doesn't bother Mick. So the 160 people that followed me because of that post is exactly what I would want to happen. And the people that unfollowed me are people that I probably couldn't work with anyway. My second highest followed post was a booty picture, but a side view. It wasn't a direct butt picture, but it was a side view, and it showed before 80-day obsession and after. Thank goodness for Autumn. She started to give me a little bit of a butt, a little bit. It's a tiny hiney. But I got 119 followers from that post, which again is good, because I'm hoping that that's people that are wanting to improve their physique, which is what I specialize in. So don't be afraid to do things that are a little bit uncomfortable. Both of those are uncomfortable for me. Don't be afraid to do it, because you will learn from it. You'll either learn that's good for you and your audience, or maybe it's not. It doesn't mean you failed. It just means you learned from it. And then last but not least, the most amount of shares I got from a post was kind of a joke. It was, I don't know if you follow me, but it said an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But an apple a day keeps everyone away if you throw it hard enough, or something funny like that. And I got 36 shares, so which is great, because shares obviously bring more and more likes. So that's my my analytics. Start throwing your questions at me. But I want to tell you real quick, when it comes to stories, when stories came out, I waited 6 months to do them because I was uncomfortable with them. Big introvert, very uncomfortable in front of a camera. this is one of the very few team calls that I was actually excited about because Julie's my sister. Normally I'm just uncomfortable and nervous and afraid I'm not going to deliver. But I was like, this is like an extended team. So I was comfortable with you guys, but stories made me so uncomfortable for so long. But I sucked it up and just started doing it. And I was terrible at them. Terrible. We're terrible at everything we start off doing. Terrible. I fell off the stupid transformer step the second day that I did Transform 20 in the test group. I fell on my butt. I was terrible at it. I wish I had the camera on. It was bad. But I just got better. And one of the things that I teach my team that I think is really important is there are 4 things that you have to keep in mind when you're about ready to tell a story or even do a post. Are you educating them? Are you inspiring them? Are you entertaining them? And what's in it for them? Okay. If you can't answer yes or give an answer to any of those, don't post it. Because what happens if you feel like you need to post because your coach said you need to post 2 or 3 times a day? If you post something bad, it's so easy to click unfollow. But if you don't post, they're not going to think about you and go, oh, she hasn't posted, so I'm going to go find her page and I'm going to go unfollow her. If you don't have value, don't post. They won't unfollow you, not seeing you, but they will unfollow you if you put up a bad post. So think about it. When you put something up, are you educating them in some way, somehow? Okay. You could be educating them on the government. I won't follow you, but maybe the government's your thing. My coach, Amanda Dewey's huge in the government. Put me to sleep. But maybe you can educate on underwater basket weaving. Whatever is your passion, educate people with it, right? Things that they don't know. And inspire them. That could be with your changes. Maybe you can do push-ups on your feet now instead of on your knees. Maybe your bicep has gotten stronger. Maybe, anything. Maybe your child is gotten out of school or needing to take supplementary reading lessons because you've been working with them, and that will inspire a mom. Whatever, inspire them. Okay, could be your physique. Whatever inspires, inspire, and then entertain. I'm not funny. I'm not entertaining, but my husband is, and I know that. I use him. That man is used, and he knows it. Bless his heart for putting up with all the things that I do to make fun of him to entertain my following, because I can't entertain my following. I'm not a funny person, but he is. And so he knows that he's my entertainment factor. And so are my cats, my bobcats. They're entertaining as well. But Mick by far is the most entertaining thing that I have. And so if I don't want to educate them or I don't want to get deep and inspire them, here comes Mick. We're going to entertain them. And then also think what's in it for people. If you post something and somebody can look at it and go, so, then don't post it. You go buy a new car. Look, just bought this brand new Lexus. Isn't it gorgeous? So who cares? But if you can tell the story of being, a teenager and your neighbor driving a Lexus and you thought it was such a beautiful car. And from that day, you've always wanted to own one yourself. And, and now you have the opportunity to do that because of your hard work helping other people get healthy and fit. It's inspiring. That's what's in it for them. They'll be like, oh, that's a great story, as opposed to me in a car, big deal. So what's in it for them? And if you can't answer that, don't post it. Okay. So those are my tips on stories. Have any questions for me?
There are some questions in the chat.
Okay.
I'm going to go through here. What are your top 3 non-negotiables for the business?
I know 2 right off the bat. I'm trying to think of my third one. Raw and real. Julie said I'd be honest with you, and I am. My workouts. I'm one of the weirdos. I love to work out. So that's easy for me. It's an easy non-negotiable. I'll be honest with you about Shakeology. I drank it, but I didn't look forward to it until they made pumpkin spice. addicted. I just looked today and I still have about 12 boxes and I'm panicking. I bought 25 boxes and then I bought 8 boxes off of a coach who bought a lot and decided she didn't like it. So I ended up with 30 something boxes and I'm hoarding them. So now every day I look forward to Shakeology. And I'm here to tell you, I'm so glad to see that my team calls aren't the only ones. I had a lady start writing, drawing pictures. I don't know how she did it. It was hilarious. You guys can still hear me though, right? As Julie fixes that, we can still talk. Okay. So, and honestly, what a physical game changer for me. My physique has changed in such a positive manner by having my Shakeology every single day. When I had to talk myself into drinking it because I just didn't make it in a way that I loved it, I wouldn't drink it every single day. I mean, I would drink it most days, but not every single day. Now, sometimes it's 2 a day because I am. And I put whipped cream on it. Healthy whipped cream, but I do. Because that, at the end of my workout, I'm like, I am dying to make that. I love it. It is a treat for me every single day. So to work out and to drink my Shakeology every single day. My third non-negotiable, if I'm going to be honest, I have, and it might be a character flaw, or it might be a really good thing. I'll let you decide. But because I'm such an introvert and a recluse, really, really bad, I want to make sure that every single person that reaches out to me, every single person that comments on a post is heard. And it takes a lot of my time. But if I make a post, and I dare you to go through any of my Instagram posts or to even secretly Instagram me through stories, you'll get a response. You'll get a response from me because I can't handle the thought of somebody reaching out to me and not being heard. It breaks my heart. So maybe that's a really good thing and it helps me build strong relationships and helps me recruit and stuff. Or it's a total waste of my time because I don't think every coach is that way. But that's a non-negotiable for me. I won't go to bed until I know that I've checked. And if anybody's commented or asked me a question on one of my posts or in my stories or an email or Facebook, that they've been answered. And I do have help. I do have an assistant named Kelly who speaks my language so well. She's worked with me now for 1.5 years. It took her a while, and she made this huge frequently asked questions and cheat sheets on how I answer, and she helps me now. But every single person gets answered. So those are the 3 non-negotiables.
This is how we know that we're like the same person in so many ways, because I feel the exact same way. And I remembered it, I thought about it the most, or I was reminded of it the most during Sean Week and I'm sure you'll have it with Transform 20, and PIO and all that, and you would get all these tags and these posts. And I just remember being on my phone constantly, and like my girls would go, "What are you, seriously again?" I'm like, if someone watched that video and for whatever reason in their head thought anything I did helped them get that through that video and they tag me, I'm responding to them. Yes, like it's just it's that mentality that if you direct message me, if you whatever, I'm going to respond to you because you thought something happened important enough to send me a message. You're getting a response from me. And I just think that that's part of what we should be doing as coaches. That's our.
Well, there you go. That's the secret to 9-time top 10 or top elite, 9-time elite coach is having that mentality. I do go on top 10 trips with other coaches, and when they hear me say that, they think I'm bananas.
That's crazy to me, but we did have good training in the beginning, so that helped. Kristen wants to know if you hold a nutrition certification other than 2B. Mindset.
That's a really good question. Yeah. I went to Arizona State University for my degree in nutrition, and I never did my internship. So I never got the piece of paper that says I'm a registered dietitian because I had babies instead. So I have all the education to be a registered dietitian. However, everything I learned in school is the complete opposite of what I preach today. Isn't that ironic? So, they say it takes 10,000 hours to be an expert. I've probably got 40 to 50,000 hours of studying nutrition. So I'm definitely an expert And so to be mindset, I will do the portion fix. I just think it's a fun thing to go through, and any certification that Beachbody comes out with, absolutely. But that's it.
Let's see what else we have. Sarah, okay, what's your opinion of apps like Stim Social to gain followers? Do you use one?
Good question. So I've played with a lot, not for my own account, but I'm always trying to find something for my coaches, something that's affordable. And I've played with lots of different ones. Haven't been a fan of a single one. I'm working with Tweegra, TWEEGRA.com right now. And I deal with a lady named Annie. I don't think that's her real name, but she goes by Annie. And her job, what I liked about this company is they asked me to give them 10 accounts that I would want to follow, which I thought was really smart. So I went through and I didn't find really huge accounts. I didn't find, anything but women that had about 50,000 followers that were my avatar. And so if 50,000 women are following this woman, I would hope that they'd want to follow me as well. So she asked me that. And I think they do the follow, unfollow for me. And there for a while, I was getting men followers. And I asked her, I said, not a one. She goes, that'll slow down your growth. I'm like, I don't care. Not a one. I don't want a single man to be following a single man. I don't care if he's the next, personal trainer of the year. No. So she took it to where I'm only following women. I gave her a bunch of hashtags, which kind of worked, but to be honest, porn sites purposely use fitness hashtags because they know that we're looking for we're using it for business growth. So I really appreciated when she asked me to give her accounts, because to me that was like, that made more sense. They could go and look at the followers and follow the followers, which you wouldn't even need Tweegra to do that. If you have the time or you have a teenager in your house that can do that for you, right? So, but that's the only account that I've used for a long period of time. She charged me $160 a month. And then I canceled it, and she came back and I said I didn't want to pay that much. So she dropped it to $100. They'll always negotiate with you. So it's $100 a month, and I think it's worth it.
Sarah asks, how do you find inspiration and ideas when you're struggling to come up with content?
I look at other accounts outside of Beachbody. Like I just found, because my gateway, my open door to getting people to follow me and hopefully take them through the journey of my life of being a bobcat owner, being a wife, being a fitness professional, being a business owner, and wanting to help you be healthy and be a business owner is educating them on nutrition. That's my gateway. We all should have one, whatever yours is. Maybe it's autism, right? Could be classic cars. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you have an autistic child or you have a split window Corvette. You need to be healthy. Eventually, you will circle around and talking with this person that needs to be healthier. I mean, think about horseback riding, right? Maybe you love to horseback ride. There isn't a person on the planet that wouldn't want to lose a few pounds in their horseback riding because it's easier on the horse, right? I mean, it's just we're in a terrible state, and 80% of people need to lose weight, a lot of weight. I'd say 90% of people need to lose some weight. So you're fine. It doesn't have to be weight, but for me, it is nutrition. And I forgot the question. What Sarah asked?
You said, how do you stay inspired?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, when you're trying to come up with content.
So I accidentally found a bikini model. Her name is Anita Herbert. And I think she's from Colombia or something, but she's got a perfect physique. She doesn't have children yet, though. She's got a perfect physique. My husband and I were just commenting on she's just beautiful to look at. But she's also very, very humble. 1 million plus followers, but very humble. And she does posts on nutrition that inspire me, and I read them and I'm engaged in them. And so I will be inspired by her posts. So follow people that have hobbies as you, and it could be working out at home. It could be nutrition. It could be mommying. It could be whatever, but find accounts that if you aren't in the social media business, that you would follow anyway, and you're inspired by or entertained by, and they will trigger you by just going to their account specifically. They will trigger something to give you an idea to post. That's what happens when I'm out of ideas. I go through really old pictures of mine, or I will go to a page that's unrelated to Beachbody and just see how other people are engaging with their audience. And it inspires me to switch up my wording a little bit.
I think it's important to connect those dots, that what you are not doing is going to your business to look for inspiration. And I think a lot of coaches open up their Coach Online office and want to be inspired. And it is the opposite. We have to find the inspiration, keep our buckets filled, stay inspired so that we can bring that to our businesses, to our social media, to our families, to everything else. It doesn't come from our business. So if you're struggling for content and you're struggling for ideas, first of all, it doesn't have to be about Beachbody. And secondly, chances are you may be struggling to just be inspired in your life. So there's nothing there to put back out because you're not putting something in that's inspiring you in the first place. So no, it's not about just opening up your Coach Online office.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Okay, let's see what else we got here. You call yourself an introvert. What is the best piece of advice for an introverted coach to break out of her shell and go after what she wants?
Yeah. Oh, just use the power of social media. You see me right now and you're like, there's no way you're an introvert. But if you were to come to my house, I'd sit on the couch like this. I'm awkward. And Beachbody will ask me to speak. And I turn them down now because I don't enjoy it. I know a lot of people enjoy speaking. I don't. I don't think I'm any good at it. I figure there's other people that are better at it. But I've learned to harness the power of social media, knowing that if you can't do lives, put Zoom on and make a video and then post the video. It's okay. If that makes you more comfortable, anybody can sit here in an office by themselves with a video monitor and talk about your passion, whatever that may be. And if it doesn't work out right, delete it and try again or try another day. But start there and then because one thing I'm really learning, and for Miss Introvert, is to remember that people want to connect with you. And so the more stories you can do, the more videos you can do on your page, which I'm the pot calling the kettle black right now because I just looked at my page and it's all photos. There's or me working out or something. There's no ever me talking, and that's bad because that's how you're going to connect with people. Not to get off track, but I'm trying something else new that I want to share with you. I posted a picture probably 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, that said, how would you like to have a one-on-one phone call with me? If you have a burning question about what it is that I do, I'm setting up one-on-one phone calls. I was very optimistic, and I had 4 people respond.
I am
but
shocked
guess what?
at that. I saw that post and I'm like, she's going to be flooded. She's crazy.
However, all 4 of those people signed up in that 15-minute phone call, and all 4 of them were already Beachbody customers, meaning that they have done Beachbody on demand for years and love the idea of Beachbody and were so excited about the idea of coaching, which was they are so on fire. I have never brought on people that are so ready and excited to be a coach. No apprehension whatsoever. So, however, I didn't boost it or I didn't do anything with it. So I talked to Steve, my marketing guy, and I said, I think this is a really good idea. Can we make it an ad? And he said, no, because there's too much wording. Instagram won't do ads because it looks like a commercial with all the wording. He said, you need to make a video. So today, that's why I got makeup on. Otherwise, you wouldn't see me with makeup on. Honey, can you come here, please? Come here, please. I made a video, a video that's less than my phone is blowing up because Tanner's broke down and he can't get a hold of you. Mm-hmm. You probably should check your phone, bad dad. So I made a video, a 1-minute video of me saying exactly what that said. And we're going to make it an ad, and he's going to send it out to my email list. And Kelly, my assistant, is going to send it to old follow-ups. So maybe it'll do better. I'll let you know. But the power of video. I did 30 takes last night to try to make that video for Steve. 30 takes. And I woke up this morning and I watched it and I hated it. I did. So I did 3 more. But I kind of had it. And I think I got one I like. But just as an introvert, it's just going to take you longer to do these kind of things. But it's worth it. So use social media to be able to hide behind your screen. It's okay. I do it. And when I have to muster up the energy to be in a team retreat or be at summit, it happens. I get in a fetal position in the bathroom every night, but I can hang during the day, and you just get better. You will get better as you practice it, but you'll suck in the beginning. You'll be very uncomfortable. It'll take you a really long time to get out what you want to articulate because you are an introvert. But the advantage of being an introvert, and I'm sorry, you extroverts, don't flip me the bird, but I think introverts, do I dare say it? Introverts maybe care a little deeper. They're more nurturing, more mothering, and that's what makes an excellent coach. So, being an introvert isn't a bad thing. You just got to do things a little differently.
When we went to the party in New York, you and I were both like, well, here we are. Okay.
In the corner.
How long do we have to stay? And then we were way back in the back corner. And finally, like 3 hours into the party, the music played. We were like, okay, we'll dance. Just like 3 hours later, it took us to get to that point.
Oh my God. Well, my coach too, who you never know, because here we are, this was a retreat for me and I brought 3 coaches and one of them is an enabler and she kept buying shots.
I know. She's like, are you gonna do a shot? I'm like, yeah, no, I don't do. No, just one. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
So I only had 2, but I'm not a drinker. So that was enough for me to get me to start dancing. So
Aaron says they were both dancing. I saw them. And then Sean saw us like way back in the very corner, dancing. And he's like videoing going, this is amazing. I'm like, well, it took us 3 hours to get to that point. So we'll go.
Short warm-up time.
In the corner and we're going to wear all black and
totally.
So funny. Oh, well, Melissa, thank you so much for sharing your time with us tonight.
You're welcome.
I love that we talked on lots of different topics, and I know that my team is already following you and following you on stories and stuff, and it's just it's great to then meet you, for them to meet you in person and to see you on the cruise, and then of course see you right here in our backyard in what will feel like the blink of an eye, celebrating you.
Right.
And what a remarkable achievement you have done with this consistent. You're just like bazillion time top 10. You just keep doing it. And I think what's so cool about that is that it isn't the same every year. As you said, it's a constant evolution and it does get harder every year. And
Absolutely.
For you and your team to continue to do that is such a powerful testament to your leadership, your ability to be coachable, to evolve, to tweak, to try, to fail. All of that. So, 10 years from now, we'll still just be hanging around and doing our
walkers.
Little walkers in the corner, dressed in all black.
Swaying to the beat. Yep.
So thank you for sharing an hour of your time tonight. We so appreciate it.
You're welcome. It was fun. Thank you, guys.
So thank you so much, and we will see you on the cruise.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.